Hey everyone, welcome back to Blues Backlog. This week I'm going to be doing another indie game. It's called Saira, and it's by one of my favorite indie game devs, Nifflas. He did Knytt and Knytt Stories a while back, and I really enjoyed those. They're really fun Metroidvania exploration platformer puzzlers, and the way those work is you kind of have an open world to explore, and there's certain things that block your passage, be it like a ledge you can't reach because you don't have a double jump, or a cliff that's too far off in the distance and you can't reach it because you don't have a tool to glide with. And so you explored around and eventually got more powers, and it was really, really awesome. And so Saira is one of his new games that kind of follows that design pattern. He has another one called Underground, I think is the name of it. It's on Steam Greenlight right now. I'm also really looking forward to that one. I played a little bit of Saira back when it was just a demo, and it was pretty fun. The only thing that I usually run into in these games with the problem is I get a little bit lost. The worlds are pretty big, and you have to remember where to go. Otherwise, you don't have a map or anything like that, so you can get lost if you don't really keep track of it. Otherwise, it's a lot of fun. So, we're gonna start a new game and see how it goes. So this photo mechanic that I just displayed there is one thing I think is really cool about Saira. It's reminiscent of Beyond Good and Evil, and it's just one of those things that they introduce puzzles that are, you can kind of disjoint them a bit and have part of the puzzle in one area and part of the puzzle in another area, and not have to worry about the player getting confused or having to do a bunch of backtracking to try to remember stuff like that, because they have a tool that lets them kind of keep the pieces of the puzzle with them. And that's something I think is really fun. Not a lot of things explore that. You don't see a whole lot of things with a camera you can use to take pictures or do things later on. So that's an example of one thing the Nifflas games do really well. In Knytt Stories you had things that would give you double jumps, or the ability to glide. In this one, and I believe in Underground, you find these kind of pockets that allow you to do various things you can't normally do, like that one allowed me to turn into a little ball of energy and glide around. There's other ones I think that make you jump higher, if I remember correctly, from Underground, and I think that's the only one I've ever found in this. I only had like 2 levels available in the demo I played of this a year or 2 ago. I think she's photographing the spider from Limbo, apparently. This is one of the first Nifflas games I've played where it has kind of an overt story like this. Usually it's very abstract, you're just kind of going through things and experiencing them. So I cheated just a bit. I knew this Mozo thing was here, which is how I knew how to shut that off. Normally you'd have to come down here and then go all the way around again, but I didn't feel like doing that. I have to say, one of my favorite things about Nifflas games is the soundtrack is really awesome. I absolutely love everything about the Nifflas soundtracks, just because the atmosphere is really interesting and kind of peaceful, never stressful hardly ever. I love the simplicity that these games have in their environment designs. Like these, it's just kind of shades of blue, but it has a lot of really nice details, like the glowing mushrooms on the ground. All of it's just really well put together. And I can't seem to get past these things. Alright, that's going to pretty much cover it for Saira today. I really liked what I played so far because it's pretty much like every other Nifflas game I've played, and it's only the first 15 minutes. I absolutely adore the way these games are designed. The only problem I had, I think I mentioned it, was that sometimes I get lost, and it's easy for me to lose my sense of direction in these games, because especially in this where it's kind of segmented, it's a little bit difficult for me to remember the home world. That's where my teleporter is to help get to Bobo. But it's kind of going to be kind of like, okay, I can't do this yet. Maybe there's a power I need to come back here. Not quite sure if this is going to be one of the games where you get powers. Maybe it isn't. But we'll see about that. I'm really excited to explore more. Hopefully I can get past that teleporter because that would be really interesting. And I'm hoping that's not the entire game. I hope there's more to it than that. I imagine you're going to have to figure out the mystery of the teleporters anyway. So, really exciting. Really love this game. It's a nice change of pace from Crysis 2, which had a lot of production value, was really pretty, a lot of detail that a game like this doesn't have, but in the end, it didn't feel nearly as interesting or compelling because there just wasn't much of a story there. And in this one, there is no story, it's just kind of exploring is the reward. You find neat little things, everything's really pretty in ways that Crysis 2 wasn't. So, I'm excited to explore more of that, and I hope you'll join me in later episodes. See ya!